So welcome to the channel. If you've got this far, you've seen the thumbnail, you've seen the title, you've got an interest in off-grid kit, power charging and self-sufficiency. So this has a very broad group of people this applies to, whether it be you're in a Land Rover and you don't want to take up too much space with an onboard electrical system, or whether you're just worried about power cuts and you want to keep your fridge going, your freezer going and stop food from spoiling. A lot of options. So one of the most noticeable things of this power station is its size, and it only looks like a 500 watt power bank, but it's not. It is actually a 1000, and it peaks at nearly 2400 watts, which is an insane surge kind of rating. And just because it's small, don't think that it weighs a lot. It is something that you can quite easily, anybody can carry this. So the ANKER SOLIX C1000 is currently the fastest charging 1000 watt hour power bank at the minute. It's got an ultra fast charging mode, so it benefits from hyper flash and ultra fast charging mode, which means it can recharge to 100% in 58 minutes, which, to give you some kind of idea of that, that's along the lines of you flatten this in your vehicle using it for a couple of days, you pop into a cafe, McDonald's, something like that, cheekily just pop it in onto charge, have a really slow coffee, and by the time that you've had something to eat and drink, you disappear off with a full power bank. It also benefits from being able to be charged from solar, so in 1.8 hours you can fully charge this from solar, which it is enabled to be done. And with the solar, it's 40% faster than other power banks in its range. So what I'm going to do now, instead of me waffling on, let's have a little look. Let's get my friend George in here and let's do something. So what we're going to do here, we all know that heating is probably one of the most inefficient ways of using electricity. So what we're going to do, we're going to cook something to eat using electricity. This is going to take a minute to warm up, but it doesn't matter. So currently we are using 667 watts, which is a good amount of electricity. It also gives you on the display here how long you can do this for without it being an issue, which that's 1.4 hours doing cooking. So we've been at work today, we may as well charge his battery up. Completely flat dual battery. Let's get that in there as well. Bang. Straight on. What are we up to now? 713 watts. That's not enough. Might want to take the drone up in a bit. Also, look at this beautiful flat shelf. Do you know what? It's going to be dark soon. Let's get some lights plugged in. He's taking it. That's cooking nicely. So ergonomics, nice flat top. This is underrated. As you can see here, batteries on top. If you're in a vehicle or something like that, you've got a flat surface that you can put your phone on charge, put it on top. You're not going to kick it, stand on it, anything like that. Happy days. On top of that, the next feature, we've got a light on the front. This is in the boot of your vehicle or something similar. If you've got a power cut going on and you're using a power station, what do you need more than likely? A light. So that's a nice ambient light. You can light up a room. Basically, you can just find your bits. It's also got two more settings. That is bright as. That is more than enough. Also on the front, we have got the car socket, or if you're a millennial like me, a cigarette lighter socket. Everything's easy to use, so if you want to use this socket, just press the button next to it, activates it. So if you've not got something live that you're not quite using yet. Same with the 230 volts, okay? Just here, you've got not one, not two, not three, but 4 sockets on the front of this, activated at the touch of a button. And this is one of the few power banks where overloading it isn't an issue, because at nearly 2400 watts, that is an insane amount of an electricity that you're going to bang out through this thing. And even if you did manage to trip this out, there's a little button on the side, you just press that, bang, happy days, you go in again. So there you go. Let's unplug that now. That's a 95% charge. That's from heating it up and fully cooking a sandwich from cold, 5%. That's not bad going. And don't get me wrong, it is cold. It's around 5 degrees at the minute, so to actually heat that hot plate up has taken more energy than if you were in a hot climate, so just bear that in mind. Just to give you an idea of how insanely powerful this thing is, I can be running these lights, this battery charger, this toaster, all of those things, and the light on the front of it, times 3. And it doesn't phase it. It doesn't phase it at all. So as you can see, I am really suffering for this demonstration for you. So we've got 3 different ways to charge this. The first one, I still want to say cigarette lighter. It's not. It's the 2020s. The car socket. Okay, you can plug this in while you're driving. All the time you're moving, all the time it's just plugged in, you are gaining electricity for nothing when it wouldn't be doing anything. The fastest option is directly into your 230 to 250 socket at home, your mains electricity. And finally, you have got your solar lead. There are many solar panels that will plug into this, however you can get an adapter to run your normal solar panel leads onto this. So don't feel like this is too much of an investment to buy just this unit and what you've already got isn't compatible. You can make it work. Now something that's a bit different with this one, there is an app for this like many others, but this is where this one's a little bit different, because not only is the Bluetooth that connects the app to the unit so you can see it live to your phone, everything that's going on, this is also now a Wi-Fi power station. That means you can connect the power station to your local Wi-Fi at home. You can then control it. So with these LiFo 4 batteries, you get over 3,000 cycles. And as this is working away, if you're charging it quickly, there's a fan that cools it to keep it cool. If you are heavily using a lot of electrical on this, the smart fan, it does what it needs to do. It will look after you and keep this thing cool. Also, as you can see here on the side, we've got a port. What is this for? Well, if you don't think that you've got enough battery capacity on this, you can get an extension on it and you can multiply this and extend it even further than it already goes. Let me know in the comments down below the features that you think are a must-have now. And the reason I keep going on about power banks is because this is moving on so fast. You can go back 2 years to an early power bank that I looked at, look at the features on it and look at the size of it and look how many cycles it'd do. Then compare it to something like this that's massively outperforming something that was this 12 months, 18 months ago. And that's why I've got such a thing for these now. Technology is moving on fast. There's a lot of things that I like to keep simple in the kit, but then there's a lot of things that I want to keep rolling with when technology moves on. Also, comment down below other uses that I haven't cottoned on to yet, because I like these things in the house, just knowing that if there is some sort of cyber attack or grid down or just power cut, I like the idea that I can keep hundreds of pounds worth of meat and products and things like that in the freezer without them going to spoil. I also like the idea that I can charge all my devices up in the house if the power's off, and that's when I need them. The main side of it is just convenience though when I'm camping, because although I do have the vehicle, I do like to plonk one of these next to the camp chair. As I'm sat fiddling with things, I can have my phone on charge, I can have my batteries on charge for the following day, the drones, etc. Now it's to the point where, you know, this can go next to a camp chair. My daughter can have a heater blanket on all night. She can have this wherever she wants it. Be nice, warm, toasty, iPad, whatever she wants. And not only that, I'm saying Sheila, I'm doing this for her and it's all for her and all the rest of it, but I like to have these features too. So yeah, let us know if there's some other usage that you can think of that these are a good idea for. Another one, if I was still working away, what would be super handy is while I'm driving in the van, the socket in the rear is on in my work van. That could be always charging this while I'm driving to site. Once I'm on site, this can then be powering all the chargers and things that I need to keep the drills, all the other tools going, things like that. Fortunately, I'm not doing that work anymore, but it's another option that you can have where you've got the thing in the vehicle and it's just that big box of electric that's always there. So we're back home now. So this thing's now back on charge, and as you can see, it's straight back into massive amounts of charging. If you made it this far, thank you very much. It is appreciated. Videos like this do support the making of many other videos and buy the gear that helps. All the information is down below. Please check it out. It takes nothing just to click on it, have a mooch about, see what they are, see what they're worth, and then you're a little bit more informed yourself. So there is a sale on at the minute. There's up to £250 off this C1000 unit and up to £519 off similar items. And there is also a discount code in the description box down below which gives you 20% off. The details are on there of when this is up to, so check it out now because it won't be on there for long. And a big shout out to Anker for sending this out and letting me play with another bit of kit, and you'll see what's going to happen with this.